take anything out from my teachings and say to me that I am inspiring some Muslim terrorists. Show me one. I want to see where I could be, even indirectly, doing something like that.
But I didn't say you influenced them. I just said.
Oh, you're recording that now? Oh, okay. No problem. Let them record. It's okay. So with regards to these guys, they are making mockumentaries against Muslims.
Yes.
They are mocking hijab and niqab in their videos. DCCI, your people, right? And this is why when you came and you talked to me like that, asking me to condemn extremism, while you know my position on extremism, you in that very video acknowledged that you know me as a person who condemns and speaks against extremism, and despite all that, you came to do that, for some reason.
But the thing is, we have to understand the laws of this country and the freedom of speech.
Yeah.
You have that play, the Book of Mormon, which mocks Mormons. You watch The Simpsons or Family Guy, they mock Jesus, they mock God. And these are, I know, I don't agree with it, but this is, that's why, for me, it's like...
It's not for religious purposes.
Yeah, of course, but that's what
we
I'm saying.
don't come here to make documentaries.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is, he wants me
You
to...
cannot compare yourself to the Simpsons editors.
Yeah, but
anyway.
what I'm saying is, though, is that he's saying condemn them. But in this country, you can do that.
I don't want you to condemn.
If they said, like, Muslims out of the country or anything like that, then I would condemn it, because I don't agree with anything like that. I may not do, I don't do those things myself personally.
So do you not condemn anyone? Are you saying that?
No, I'm saying what is within the realms of freedom of speech and the law. Like, they've never been approached by the police to
but
say...
whom would you condemn? If you had to condemn, whom would you condemn? Would you condemn anyone at all?
If they're inciting, like, violence against...
That's exactly what he's saying.
No, but actively inciting, like saying...
So you have to say, you have to come and stand in front of the camera, Christians go and attack Muslims. You want someone to do that before you condemn them.
Well,
if someone is insinuating, if someone is demonizing or dehumanizing a community, there's no problem with that.
Then you have the police who can then validate
whether
it's hate speech.
As I said,
if it's hate speech,
as I said earlier, police and the judgment
Mocking is not hate speech.
Police and the judgment is not the criteria we use.
So
police allowed this guy called Tan to come here every single week in the park to make genocidal statements, right? Okay, police cannot be a standard for us. Sorry, are you filming?
But remember, I approach you about...
Please don't film. Not. Okay. Okay.
I approach you about Anjem Chowdhury, who was convicted. That's the difference. He's a convicted person.
So what has that guy to do with me? Wait. Why do you keep using his name against me when I've never met him in my life? Actually,
yeah, but it was about Abu Qasim.
No, I have never met him in my life.
Tommy Robinson is convicted criminal.
Yeah.
Will you condemn him?
No. What?
Would you condemn Tommy Robinson?
I don't support Tommy Robinson.
But would you condemn him?
If he's been convicted of that, then yes.
No. Would you condemn him for inciting hatred?
Yeah, if he's been convicted, then yeah. I don't agree with any racial
This is where
I don't know. Tommy Robinson's nothing to me.
Okay, of course he's nothing to you.
Yeah,
he doesn't like people like you.
You think
he doesn't like people like you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I have no issue with condemning people who are actively...
What do you know of Tommy Robinson? What do you know of him?
Very little. I know he was part of the EDL. That he's not part of them anymore.
And there's nothing you see in his behavior that needs to be condemned.
I know he's been kind of pursuing our fellow person here went to his house or near his house or whatever, and they had their little tiff thing.
Do you know anything about his teachings?
No, I don't follow Tommy Robinson like that.
Okay. Do you follow Anjem Chowdhury?
No.
You seem to know more about Anjem Chowdhury than Tommy Robinson. You had no hesitation. Anjem Chowdhury is an extremist by default. You came and you made that statement, right?
Yeah,
right. But for some reason, Anjem Chowdhury is a dead fish. He's a dead fish. Okay. No, don't heckle.
Yeah, but my point was this. But my point was this, and I'll make it very.
Okay. Now my point is, here is your inconsistency.
Exactly.
You recognize one extremist because he happens to be a Muslim, and you want to use his example against other Muslims to somehow put them in the dock.
No.
Okay. Now, when we use a similar, perhaps possibly a more severe example of extremism that led to terrorism, acts of terrorism against innocent people, You can't see any extreme. You
Yeah,
don't
but I
see
believe
anything.
That's
It's,
hyperbole, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Like the difference, the reason why.
You see,
again,
there is
the-
something wrong with
but
your sense of
the
justice.
reason why I approached you, for example, I've never gone up to Shamsi and confronted him about anything because he goes up to Muslims and Christians, and I can't knock him for that. He's consistent. But what I didn't like is because it's like you're saying you use an excuse.
but you said in
to go
that
up-
video
Yes.
that you know I speak against extremism, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, but then you.
Yeah, okay.
The Bible
So if you
says.
knew that-
Yeah, but wait. The Bible says you shall know them by their fruit. So
Bible
if
says
you're
thou-
saying
thou shalt
something
not lie.
and doing something different, that's why I approached you and asked you because it's very easy for someone to verbalize something and then their actions are very
Okay,
different.
what fruits do you know of me?
What truth do I know?
Actually, the fruits of DCCI, he said it's a freedom
no,
of speech.
but then as I said,
Then he said
because I saw
freedom
the
of speech.
video where you went on to DCCI
For the
and you were
documentaries.
criticizing
That's
Hatun,
part of my fruit, yes.
asking them to condemn
That's part of my
them.
fruit to confront
all-
extremists.
So all I did
To confront
was
extremist
approach
people who are
you in
mocking-
the same way
mocking innocent
that
Muslims.
you
He said
approach
it's freedom
them.
of speech then. No judging by the freedom for
Yes,
the fruit.
thank you. Did you hear that?
Say again.
Why doesn't freedom of speech apply there? When I confront Hatun about her extremism and her mockumentaries against Muslim women in particular, why doesn't my freedom of speech apply?
I didn't say you couldn't do it.
But you,
I just said I felt you were a
But you had a
hypocrite in doing it.
Okay.
So that's why I approached you in the same way.
How is he a
Because
hypocrite?
I haven't,
How am I a
haven't-
hypocrite
I haven't
then?
approached anyone here in that same manner, and that's why I said
How is he a
Shamsi-
hypocrite?
Why did Uncle Omar attack him and me today? The guy is.
I don't know.
Why?
I
You know
don't
why?
follow
Should I say
these
why?
things.
Because we
Let's
talk
deal
about
with one topic at a
extremism.
time.
That's the reason he confronted him today. Ustad had to walk away.
he tried to drag me into an unpleasant, unwanted discussion, which I didn't want to do.
Well,
Because I don't want to talk to these
Yeah,
people.
but look,
Ustad, he was
Okay,
here.
but
You know,
look,
bruv, the guy went, he insulted my mom, my
Of
dad,
course, I know
everyone
the
in my
guys.
family.
Yeah, but okay, and I'll tell you another reason
So-
why.
so-
For example,
so you
like
know, he
Paul
knows
Williams-
this. He's
no,
not-
but
he
I'll
knows
tell you
that.
another reason why. Like Paul Williams several years ago when he,
Dawood.
or to about two,
Dawood.
like 2 years ago, within 2 years, and
Sufyan.
he kind of announced to everyone he's leaving Islam because he felt there was.
When are you taking your
Yeah, but let me
Shahada?
finish my point.
When are you
Because
taking your Shahada?
he felt within this
When
park,
are you joining us?
He felt within this park there was an extremist element.
are you joining
and no
us?
one in the Dawah team would join him in condemning
I
the people.
can see that
And
lies in you.
he still has the tweets online. So that's why, for me, it was like
You know-
even someone who comes to the park to do Dawah felt that he was ostracized in trying to condemn certain people like Abdul Hakim and other people in the park who have been banned, I
Didn't you
believe.
see Ali Dawa and Sheikh Mohammed made a
Yes,
video against
yes,
him?
yes.
I'm
Don't
not
say he
saying
did
him.
not.
Yes.
I think even he spoke against.
Yes.
He said
I
he
did.
said he's against
I
all
debated
extremists.
them.
Yeah, but
there is a
he's
video.
many times- yeah, but
watch
this is- many
watch
times
the
why
video. There's a
most
video.
people
Wait.
will at
I'll
least
lead you
agree
to
with
what I
Shamsi,
did.
because Shamsi goes up to the people directly and confronts them, whereas other people can say,
Have you confronted anyone directly yourself?
Who?
You?
From
Only
Christian.
him.
No, I'm talking about the haters.
Only me.
What haters?
I'm talking about the people like Tommy Robinson. Have you confronted them?
If he was in the park, then
You
yes.
came to the park.
I wasn't here.
So are you saying if he was
I've-
here, will he condemn him?
I
If I see
confronted-
what he's done, then
Oh, you need to see what he has done still. Wow.
because
Okay, wait. Why do I? Hold,
Exactly.
Why do I have to?
Yes.
Firstly, my position is very clear. Secondly, why do I have to confront every Tom, Dick, and Harry?
I didn't say you did. My argument was
My argument. Wait. Let me finish. Let me finish. Mexican drug cartels
Yes.
are killing innocent people in a brutal fashion.
Yes.
Okay. ISIS are killing innocent people.
Colombians.
Americans, in some cases, American military has been killing innocent people. We have seen the cases come out in articles. Okay. Israelis are killing innocent. Indian army is killing innocent. Christian
Boko Haram
gunmen,
as well,
Christian
killing Christians
gunmen in
in Nigeria.
America, in the US, walking
Yeah.
into synagogues
Remember
and
that
schools.
as well.
But this is the problem, especially
Wait,
with
wait.
with what I have with
Buddhists.
what
Wait.
Adnan's approach is because he will say, for example, DCCI are Islamophobes, they're extremists and whatnot. Then when you see the comments online, every Christian in the park is DCCI. So therefore, it means when I'm walking to my house, people think I'm DCCI or something, and I'm in danger because he's saying these people are X, Y, and Z. And people don't know how to differentiate. That's why you have to be careful of how you speak because people just see. I'm sure you've seen the comments.
That's fair,
Anytime
that's a
any
fair
Christian
comment,
debates,
By the
they
way, are
say,
you
look at these
DCCI?
That's a fair
DCCI.
comment.
No, I'm not. And I would challenge anyone to prove to me that I'm paid to come to this
That's
park.
fair, that's fair, that's
There's
fair.
no one who can pay me enough money to come to this park. I come because I want to.
How did you buy this jean?
Because I have a job and it pays very well.
That's a
Yeah,
fair- that's a
you know
fair
what I
point.
mean?
I have a
But-
question.
Let's wrap it up.
What job? Tell me. So I can, what job do you have?
What job?
You said it pays well.
Only people with high.
Nice
high-
traders, nice jean.
Paper, don't
Yeah, of
give it
course.
away.
I work hard for my. I have a degree.
Actually,
I have a postgraduate degree, and I'm studying another postgraduate degree. So
let me ask you.
therefore, I'm an educated person.
Let me ask you.
Please
Did you?
that point. Don't talk about the clothes.
Did someone try to shoot you? Did someone try to shoot you or something?
Well, you know, the church hasn't been paying me enough, so you know, this is why I'm.
That's fashion, by the way.
that was your cap.
Anyway, the point I'm making is, we do not mind having decent,
And
hateless,
the other problem I had
hateless.
was as soon as I approached you, and let me just make my point, is because you had said I'm a decent person, but as soon as I confronted you, I turned into an Islamophobe, and that
Yes.
is dangerous
Yes.
talk, because then
Yes.
people, you didn't have evidence, just because you didn't like the way I approached you. So then I can walk home and someone's like, oh, I heard Adnan say this person's an Islamophobe,
Yeah.
where everyone in the park has no issue with me.
What would happen
But then
to-
if someone,
what would happen to
if
you?
someone approaches me or thinks, oh, this guy's an
are you
Islamophobe,
scared that someone might attack you due to false information?
is that?
That's your fear?
There's crazy
And
people out
that's-
there.
Oh, thank you. Well, why do you think we call DCCI hate preachers?
Why?
Because when they talk about the niqab and the hijab and our sisters are
But
getting
what
the
have
hijab,
they said? But what have they said? That's
when
what
they,
I'm saying.
what if they? The question is, what have they not said?
No, say, tell me what they've said.
Have you
Paperboy,
have you
they
ever
come
read
here
comments?
every week,
Have you
they
ever
hate,
have you ever read comments on the videos of Soko channel?
Yeah.
Have you read comments?
I have read the comments.
We are like,
And do they sound like any of those people? Do they sound like loving Christians?
no.
Well, the thing is, on Soko's channel, you have Christians and non-Christians, a lot of the people. So I've
So
even
for some
said to
reason,
him,
a lot of would you agree with this statement
Yes.
that a lot of Islamophobes have managed to get together in the comment section there? A lot of Islamophobes.
what do you mean? Get
Because
together?
some of the comments are outright Islamophobia.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
I disagree
So-
with that.
so
Like,
why-
in terms of if
why
people
do-
are
why do-
saying, if people are mocking, and I've said before, like if people mock religion, that's just the way this country is. People mock
Okay.
Christianity.
Have you
But I'm
watched?
saying if someone's
Have you watched
inciting
my?
something,
Have you
that's
watched
very different.
my debates with these learned, decent Christian scholars?
I agree, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Have you watched some of my debates?
Yes. Well.
Have you seen my demeanor and my behavior with them? Yes. I treat them very different to the way I treat these some of these Islamophobes and haters in the park, because I don't see the same behavior from them. Okay, so we treat people according to the treatment they deserve, right? I have no respect for people who will mock innocent, vulnerable women who are already being attacked around the West. In this country in particular, people who watch these kind of videos, the way DCCI people, they made a
What about
mockumentary.
Shamsu
Wait,
when he
wait,
said
wait,
that
wait,
Jesus came
wait,
out
wait,
of,
wait,
uh,
wait, wait, wait,
uh,
wait,
Yeah, but that's
wait.
yeah.
I'm finishing my point. So when innocent Muslim women are being dehumanized and demonized by your mockumentaries, right? And then
Yeah, but you can mock and criticize religion. And that's what I'm saying. People, yeah,
No.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Look at the Book of Mormon.
Is this
and
what the
stuff like
gospel?
that.
Is this
But-
what the?
but
Is this
I'm
what your
saying
religion
within
teaches
the realms
you?
of this
Is this
country.
what your religion teaches you?
Teaches us what?
To mock people?
You probably shouldn't mock people.
Like David
What?
Wood.
Probably. Wait.
Yeah.
So do you think that's Christianity? Do you think that's?
ask you,
Do you think? Let me ask a question. If Jesus,
What's Christian about
Can I say
DCCI?
something?
What's Christian about David Wood? What's Christian about other Islamophobes who are using the name of Christianity to mock Muslims on daily basis?
Jesus
And it
was
seems to
here-
be open season on Muslims.
if Jesus was here and he was
Yeah.
watching David Wood's channel,
Yes.
would he say, "Brilliant, that's what I preach to the world"?
Jesus would go about things very differently. But remember
What would he say David
but,
would?
yeah, but he called the Pharisees hypocrites and brood of vipers, and that was very extreme talk. You
Exactly.
understand?
But do you think
So-
he'll be condoning? Would he say to
because,
David Wood,
because
"Brilliant"?
if I called you two brood of vipers, you'll be like, wow, paperboy.
I don't know what that means.
or
I even
hypocrites
call
and-
people pigs.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Jesus' language was very extreme at the time in criticizing the
Make up
Pharisees.
your mind with Jesus you're preaching.
So
then.
are you justifying what David
Yeah,
Wood
but I
does?
don't believe Jesus was a pacifist.
Okay, so can I call you a pig?
Can you call me a pig?
Yeah, in a discussion, can I call you a pig?
If
Can
you
I
want
call
to.
you a dog or a viper or
Yeah,
an
under freedom of
adulterer?
speech, yes, you can.
An adulterer? No, I don't want to do. Would that be decent in a
It
conversation?
wouldn't be in conversation. Would it be courteous? But if you said it,
Thank you.
I may be
Jesus
offended.
Thank you,
wasn't courteous?
thank you. So Jesus was not courteous.
Jesus, in terms of calling people like hypocrites and I
Dogs
can't
and
remember
swines.
when did he call people pigs? I can't remember.
He did.
When?
Gentiles. Swine. It is not for me to
Yeah,
toss
but
the
that's
bread.
an idiom. It's
an
idiomatic.
idiom. They have
exactly.
meanings.
Yeah, but it's an
So when he
idiomatic
used the word swine, who was he referring to?
Yeah, but he's not
humans or
see,
swine.
You're twisting. That's
I'm
what
not
saying.
twisting.
It's an idiomatic
They will
expression.
trample it in the
Of course.
Yeah.
But when he used the word swine,
Yeah.
who was he talking
but
about?
then it's like when your prophet called people raisin heads and in the hadiths
not
and whatnot.
in a derogatory way. No.
No.
That was that. No, absolutely
So
not.
calling someone a raisin head isn't derogatory?
No, it's not. Not for their context in their time. Absolutely
So
no.
then why don't you apply the
No.
same context of Christ and how the Jews understood it?
The prophet actually described Jesus in a similar fashion, that he will have curly hair,
Yeah, he
he
did.
will have red complexion.
Yeah.
Okay, describing
call him a
someone's
raisin head.
Wait.
No, what do you mean
Someone.
That's what
okay.
he called
wait,
it.
what's
No,
the-
okay. If somebody has a head that looks like
He said the black people or
No,
the
one second.
Somalians,
No,
whoever it was.
no. You can try hard. You can try
I can
harder.
bring the hadith because I have it on me.
Okay.
No, but what I'm saying is they seem to be quick to.
Wait. What is the hadith? What is it saying, by the way? It's going to refute your own point.
Okay,
What is
let
the
me
hadith? When he used the word raisin head, as you claim,
Yes.
what was he talking
What was
about?
the context?
What was the context?
I can't remember. I can bring it up.
Exactly.
I can
That's
bring
the
it up.
problem.
I can bring it
The
up.
problem
I've got
is,
the hadith
you know a word
Yes.
which you think is used in,
me bring it
in a
up.
racial sense,
Okay.
but when you read the hadith completely,
Yes.
you would realize he was actually talking positively about the people from Africa. He was saying, when they have been appointed over you as a leader. So in other words, he is opening the possibility of something that was completely impossible.
against
Previously,
racism, against
he was actually telling the Arabs, it is very possible for you to have an African leader. And which was the case. Which was the case. Bilal climbed the Kaaba, which was an absolute abomination for the Arabs.
Now,
Okay.
Adnan, now give the context
Yeah.
of when Jesus says,
So-
do not give what
So-
holy
so-
to the dogs and swine,
Yeah.
lest they trample it in the feet.
Okay, so this is
What would
the
happen
hadith.
to
So it
the
says
Prophet Muhammad
the Prophet
if somebody
said,
called him
listen
that he was
and
black?
obey
What would happen
Obey.
your chief.
Listen.
Even
Yes.
if an Ethiopian whose head is like a raisin were
Yes.
made your chief.
So
why would you
is this
say
racism?
even?
Wait.
It's a
If that's-
Yeah.
Why is that positive? Even
Okay.
if
I'll respond.
Even
I'll
if.
respond. Okay, wait.
That's what they were
okay.
known.
Okay.
That
There,
was used
there
as
are,
a-
there are,
as a
wait.
raisin head.
I'm responding.
So you go
I'm
to Somalia and
responding.
call them a
I'm
raisin head and
responding.
see what they do.
I'm responding.
yes, yes.
Even. Firstly, there are a few things. Let's go step by step. Read it again.
The Prophet
Watch.
said, listen and obey your
Listen
chief,
and obey. First point.
even
Okay.
if an Ethiopian whose head is like a raisin were made your chief. Now, if I go to Ethiopian today and say your head's like
Can
a
I-
raisin,
can I-
do you think they're going to accept it?
Good point. Okay, first point is, you have to have some shortage in brain cells to understand this particular report in another way. If anything, this report is anti-racism. Okay, if anything, this is a report in our favor. This is why we are proud of our prophet. Our prophet, why are we proud of him? Because he spoke against racism when it was impossible to do so. Why is he saying even now is the question. Who is he talking to primarily? Who is he talking to?
Pagan Arabs.
He's talking to Arabs who were very racist, very racist people. He was telling them, Islam has come now, things have changed now. Now, if an Ethiopian with raisin on his head is appointed over you, that means it may happen. And if it happens, you obey him. Don't be racist
And what
like
is-
you have been.
what is the
This
responsibility?
is the meaning of the report. If you have any integrity now, if you have any integrity,
What will happen-
state in
what
front of
will
all
happen
these
for-
cameras
what will
that
happen
I am,
to
I'm
anyone
sorry, I
who will
apologize.
call Muhammad a black man?
Wait.
What will happen to-
Don't. You can feed it later. Okay,
I wanna
wait.
know.
Now that I used to think that you are a decent person,
Yeah.
and I am again willing to think that, providing, firstly, when you use this term, you had no idea in what context these words were used. Now the context have become clear, and I've clarified what the Prophet meant. You have two options: either to continue.
Because there was a bit of shout, so I missed some of
this
the
is
bit of
some
what you said. So give the explanation again.
I'm saying
Yes.
that as a decent man, if you are decent, and I hope you are, you have two options. Firstly, you had no idea what context these words were used in, number one. And then you read the context.
Yeah.
And then I explained it further. It is now clear that if anything, this report demonstrates how anti-racism our Prophet was, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that he was telling these racist Arabs, if an Ethiopian has been appointed over you as a leader, obey him. Obey him, he's your leader. This is anti-racism.
And what did he say in his last khutbah?
Forget about being appointed. Okay.
Yeah, go.
Now you have two options. Either you say, I'm sorry, I apologize for using those words against your prophet, and now I stand corrected.
Or he can say he didn't.
Or
he didn't.
no. Now he knows. Now he knows. He has the time to correct himself. Okay. So stop reading that now, and because you're not going to find anything else to the contrary.
Also, when he conquered Mecca, he had Osama bin Zayd.
Not open. Don't open other topics. Stick to this one for now. This report you used. Obviously, you use the words out of context. Now that is clear, can you apologize in front of the cameras and say, I stand corrected, and definitely Muhammad, according to this report, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was an anti-racism man?
Yes. Anti-racism.
Yes.
I don't know.
Anti-racist.
Wait.
Okay, there you go, don't try it.
Anti-racist. Okay.
I don't think from your explanation I don't understand fully how you're taking it in that way.
Which
so
part
I
did you not
I see it differently, because that's why I'm saying he's explaining the
I
context.
want the Christians
But when we
now to
talk
watch
about,
this.
No, because when
I
we
want
talk
the
about
Christians
Christ,
to watch this.
and we try to
If a
explain,
Muslim was
they don't
doing
get the
this,
same
if a
interpretation
Muslim was doing
as
this,
us.
you would be running marathons. You would be running marathons from New York to Canada, from Canada to Australia,
Yes.
from Australia to South America, and then back to Britain. And you would be telling us that you Muslims, how dare you?
And this is
and
one
now
other
we
point,
have an
because,
example
for
in front of
example,
you.
people like Hashim, he will always say that
Why bringing me in?
Christ,
Deal with
because
it
you're
now.
here as well. And this, because people repeat what he says.
Okay,
But what
let
I'm
me-
trying to say, this
let
is my
me-
point.
let me
Because, for
repeat.
example, because he said Christ called people dogs and
All these guys have issue with
No.
pigs and whatnot.
You used
Yeah, you
a
said
report.
pigs,
You
and
used
you
a
said-
report without knowing the context.
Yeah,
and
but
I give you that much. Wait. You said your prophet was racist. He used the term
And he used derogatory terms as well.
No.
Yes, he did.
How can you say? Let me give you an example.
I'll give
No.
you- I'll give you one more
Let me
example. That's what I'm gonna
let
give
me
you
give you an
now.
example. Let me give you an example.
Yeah, but-
If in a society,
Yeah, but-
if in a society,
Yeah, but-
wait. If in a society, okay, if a people are looked down upon, if in a society, if a people are looked down upon,
Okay.
No, not that.
and in that society you stand up,
Yeah.
okay,
Yes, that's all.
and you tell the masses
Yes.
that if one of these people has been appointed over you, obey
Even.
him.
Yes.
What am I telling you? Am I against those people? Am I trying to degrade or downgrade those people, or I'm trying to inflate? I'm trying to make them not only equal, but I'm trying to put them on a status that they may become your leaders. They can become your leaders. Wait. So which one is it? The latter or the former?
But what?
Which one is it?
So explain to me the raisin head.
Yes.
What is that meaning?
Raisin head means.
Can I say one
Raisin
thing?
head means.
Definition.
It's a description.
No, sir, can I say something, please? I'm going to say something, this will make sense,
Somebody
yeah?
calls the prophet a
No,
black
can I
man.
say something?
Yeah.
They should be killed.
Playboy,
Please, I just want him to explain what is calling someone a raisin head. What does that mean?
Can I explain?
Yeah.
In the time when there was slavery,
Yeah.
the black people were known for as what? I'm not going to say it. Negro.
Okay.
So
what about
even,
Abi?
so even a person that was
called
defending
Abi.
his right would say
Yeah.
the.
Okay.
He would use that word.
I have an example. Thank you. Stop there. I have a book.
Ali, you
I have a
misspelled
book.
it. You misspelled
Wait.
it. Wait.
Wait.
You said Nigo.
Thank you. Ali raised a very.
Wait.
Say.
Wait. Let me just make my point. And you can respond.
Just quickly, 10 seconds.
He's picking me up.
10 seconds.
Say Ali, please.
Ali made a very good
Subscribe to my
point.
channel.
Okay. In 1848.
Yes.
In 1848.
Yes.
A man from Leeds called Wilson Armistead wrote a book titled A Tribute for the Negro.
Okay.
Listen, let me finish.
Yeah.
A tribute for the Negro. He used the word Negro, which was derogatory then. It is derogatory
to
today.
understand.
Okay. For the white man to understand who he's talking about. Okay. What did he say in this book? The entire book is written to prove one point.
Yes.
That the Negroes or the black people from Africa
Yeah.
who are being picked up as slaves and put into slavery
Yeah.
are as intelligent, as able,
And what word
as
did he use?
human,
What word did he
as upright as any other man. Okay, wait, let me finish. No, I'm not finished. Let me finish, okay? The book, the title of the book, and I possess the actual original.
So he was
not
defending
the
them.
manuscript.
But this
Wait,
is-
let me finish. Let me finish.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. So the point is, this book was hailed as a great achievement by the abolitionists
Yes.
around the world. Abolitionists in America and in Europe, they hailed the work as the epitome of abolitionist literature. They hailed it, they promoted it. This man, his book went all over the Atlantic countries, okay, and he was praised for it, despite the fact that the title was A Tribute
but why
for the
did he use that
Negro.
word?
Can you
Because
Google
that's
it?
what they
Yeah.
Can you
But-
Google it?
But now, if everyone
A
hears
tribute for the Negro.
Adnan's
Listen.
explanation, he's saying.
I'm not
using-
saying
using
the
an
prophet used the
example-
word Negro.
Wait, wait, no, I
I'm
know,
not saying that. I'm not even saying
But
that
let
he
me
used
finish.
derogatory
Let me finish
terms.
My point.
Yes.
Now he's explaining the way where this person used the word Negro to communicate to the people who are around him for them to understand. But then when we Christians will argue that Jesus did the same thing, what did I say? That the expression was an idiomatic expression.
Swine.
But then
Pig.
But now for him, it's a bad thing. But when I'm trying to
No.
say the
No,
same,
we're
very
saying-
same thing.
you're right,
Wait,
we're
wait,
saying
wait.
you're doing that.
So,
If
Jesus,
if
well, let
our
me let
prophet-
you speak. I'll let you speak. Because when Jesus spoke to the Jews around him, that's how they understood things. So he's using expressions that they understand. He's not necessarily
Okay.
trying to be
Wait,
derogatory.
wait.
But then it seems like when we have people of the Dow team in the park saying, "Oh, Jesus said a woman is this," or call people this, or people that, it seems like a double standard because he's trying to explain it away.
We have
but
no-
when it comes to the Christian aspect,
We have no
it's now
problem.
something derogatory.
Okay, wait.
Okay, you're
Let me
right,
explain now. We have no problem
Yes.
with Jesus using those words.
Okay.
He was a prophet of God. He was a messenger of God. He was a human. He got angry at times. Okay, he got frustrated at times. We have no problem with Jesus using that language.
Yes.
Okay? We have examples in Islamic
this
history. We have examples in Islamic history when in anger,
Yes.
certain people used unpleasant terminology to express some ideas, right? But your use of the raisin head example is a very misplaced example. Okay? At least you have the courtesy and the decency to correct yourself and say, yes, I accept that according to this report, at least Prophet Muhammad, he spoke against racism in his society. Would you accept that?
Well, this report is.
Why is it so difficult for the Christians?
No. But this report is saying yes, they should listen to this person.
No, he's saying you should obey.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you obey,
Yes.
listen and obey.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
only listening.
Yeah.
So obey. Who do you
But
obey?
then you-
Who do you obey?
But then why would you say they've got a head like a raisin? That's my point.
Okay, we just had a discussion for the last 5 minutes on this.
You know what was your
Okay, well,
point?
stop trying
Adnan,
it. Look at his face. He even knows it. Look at his face.
Adnan, you
Can
know,
you zoom in? Can you zoom in?
I'm like,
Zoom in, and put the question
I
mark.
need to go eat. I need to go eat.
Okay. I'll put the glasses on him.
okay. And one more thing.
please, let's go.
Well, I know, because you're gonna go.
No, you know when you put the
Because
glasses
this is the thing.
Adnan,
and Adnan is
now
the
give the
person.
quote. Ask him, is that positive or negative?
Adnan is the person qualified to explain. So I'm going to read two hadiths because people like Hashim, who always talk about this Gentiles being dogs and whatot. So I'm just going to ask his explanation.
Before you
because
read
it
the
says-
hadith, I have this to read.
Yeah, but you read. Let me just read this. It says,
Only
narrated Aisha, the things which annul the prayers
But you
were
already read
mentioned
one hadith,
before
now
me.
it's his turn.
They said prayer is annulled by a dog, a donkey, a woman, if they pass in front of the praying people. I said, you have made us, i.e. women, dogs. I saw the Prophet praying whilst I used to lie in my bed between him and the Qibla. Whenever I was in need of something, I would slip away, but I just like to face him.
Wait.
And then the next one, it says, it's the same thing, but it just says, Allah's Messenger said, when a man performs salat and there is nothing in front of him, like a post or saddle, or a camel saddle, his salat is severed by the passing of a black dog, a woman, and a donkey. It was said to Abu Dar, what is the problem with the black dog rather than the red or white one? He said, oh my nephew, I asked Allah's Messenger just as you have asked me. He said the black dog is shaitan. So now, this seems
I hope you're not going to use. You're not going to say that man. That means black man.
No.
I hope you don't use
I'm,
okay.
no,
A'udhu
no,
billah.
no. I'm saying this is derogatory language towards
Against
women.
black dogs?
No,
Okay.
against women. Because,
Okay.
for example, this person,
Okay.
Hashim, will always say, Jesus called women dogs, for example. So
Okay.
now we have even Aisha confirming that it was a negative term
Okay.
because she said,
Okay.
you have compared
I didn't
us
say-
to
wait,
dogs.
wait,
Let me respond.
You said I called women dogs.
Let me respond.
Gentiles.
Gentiles.
Wait.
The Gentiles.
Not the women.
Okay, Gentiles.
Stop lying about me.
Okay.
But the
By the
woman,
way,
the woman was,
by the way,
the Gentile was a woman.
You are a Gentile.
So now we have evidence.
Can I
You are a
respond?
Gentile.
Aisha has
Can I respond?
affirmed
No, no, you
that
didn't.
she felt that the Prophet compared women to dogs, and not even any dog, the black dog, which is shaitan.
And look what Aisha said. Ustad, tell what Aisha
Jesus
said.
called the Gentile dogs,
Okay.
not the women.
Ustad, what
Alright.
did Aisha
So all I'm
say?
saying is
Okay,
a
wait,
double standard
wait,
of the
wait.
Why is it double
polemics
standard?
in the past.
Nothing to do with women.
Wait.
Read
Firstly, when the Prophet said that when one of these things passes in front of you,
Yeah.
it
Without the sutra.
without the
Invalidates
sutra,
your prayer.
it invalidates your
Yeah.
prayer. So the Prophet is saying these things when they pass in front of you, they invalidate your prayer.
Yeah.
Okay. So either he puts them all together without equating them with each other. Okay. Now, what breaks your wudu, for example?
Farting.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you're
Okay.
comparing a woman to a fart.
No,
Okay.
he's
Okay.
asking-
Wait.
go on.
Okay.
I don't know, I
We
don't
believe
know.
in Islam.
the first thing
you thought about.
What invalidates
That's
your
what he said
wudu?
before.
Okay. Ablution.
Yeah,
Right. It is passing wind. I'm going to use a more polite terminology.
bleeding.
Okay. Wait.
Okay.
Ya Allah. Wait. Or sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay. Is passing wind and sleeping the same thing?
No.
It's not, right? But they both invalidate
Yeah.
your ablution.
But then-
Likewise,
but Aisha said you have compared us to dogs, and
No,
that's why it invalidates
Aisha
it.
said that,
Yes.
and then Aisha was corrected. She was not infallible. Wait, Aisha had this opinion,
Yes.
and this shows you what? Now, again, in this report, you learn a lot of things. What do you learn? That she knew that people may misunderstand it. That's why she used her authority as a teacher.
preemptive.
Okay? That in case you think that's the case, don't even take it like that. Why? Because I am your mother. Who's Aisha? Aisha is the mother of the believers. The Quran tells us that she is the mother of believers, right? Okay? So she's clarifying. Okay, she's preempting a possible.
No, one second. No, Aisha doesn't say that. Aisha Anha was
No,
defending.
this is a hadith.
No. Aisha
Yeah, Aisha's narrating.
No, Aisha was defending this. She was having a discussion with another person.
Yeah, she was
saying
explaining
that-
what it means.
And she was saying she had her own ijtihad. She was saying that the Prophet ﷺ would never say that.
Yes.
So she was actually, this shows she's a scholar. We take from her, she had her own ijtihad saying that the Prophet didn't mean that.
Yeah,
so
but
she
this-
herself
that's
as a...
the second hadith I
No,
gave
no,
you.
read-
He says
read
it.
this now.
Look.
No, hear me out.
He's
But
trying to
she
evade it.
Okay.
herself...
Okay, now compare that.
Yes.
Okay, where their prophet said, he's not saying if our prophet, this is the audacity and this is the length some Christian brothers can go to paint our prophet in bad light. Desperation
Yeah. I'm listening. Go on.
to an extreme. Desperation to an extreme, right? What we need to do is we need to do justice to our prophet.
Yeah.
Okay? So if the prophet said women are like black dogs, okay, then you had a case. But if he's saying these three, even if the prophet said this statement in this order, that these things invalidate your prayer. If a woman walks past you, okay, not because she's impure, okay, not because she's degraded or she's because the same prophet is telling us, Al Jannatu tahta aqdamil ummahat, your paradise under the feet of your mothers. The best of you are those who are best to their wives. Those who nurture one daughter, take care of her, educate her, do well by her, will be in paradise with me like this. Same prophet is telling us that.
In the sermon,
okay?
last sermon, yeah.
Those who do not,
Hadith is weak though.
those no.
not weak.
You
told
can
you that?
tell us who's okay. Wait. Okay, those who do not prefer their sons over their daughters will be in paradise with me.
Shake paper.
Right? Okay. Now, those who have daughters born in the houses, Allah, the daughters are a mercy of Allah. Daughters are a mercy. So all these things are said about the same prophet. If you had justice,
Yeah, but we're explaining
let
this verse,
Yeah,
but we're
yes,
kinda
of
going
course,
on a long
of course.
tangent, 'cause
So
you
we
gotta
know. Yeah, of course we gotta go.
Yeah.
But
So-
now you raised something,
Yeah.
and there's an answer.
Yeah,
So what we do is we take all of these teachings in context.
Yes.
Okay. So it is clear the Prophet didn't mean that. Okay. Why? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Aisha said it. He didn't
Yeah.
mean that.
Yes.
Aisha was the wife of the Prophet who clarified. Now
Clarified
now
where?
compare that. Now do a
He would pray
comparison.
and she would be
But
there.
Wait,
where's-
Ali.
Ali,
where's-
lahza.
Yeah.
Now-
I'm saying, where's the
Now,
evidence for me to
now
do?
compare. Now
people
do a
like to-
comparison of your lame attempts to paint our Prophet in
But you haven't
negative
fully
light
explained.
to this. Gospel of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 6. Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under the feet and tear you to pieces.
But now,
okay,
where did someone
Okay, wait.
you have compared
Why
us
shouting?
to
Answer
X,
him
Y,
now. Why
and
shouting?
Z?
Answer him.
I thought outside was colder, but that was colder.
Are you going to say this is in a
Freeze
good
it.
way or a bad way?
Because
Mine is
again,
55
as his
degrees.
usage of the word Negro, that's why I started this and I said,
Respond to this.
because this is an idiomatic expression.
Okay. I believe-
Don't cast your
I-
pearls to
I believe
because
Jesus
no
never used
one-
those words.
Because,
I believe.
So in an idiom, you call someone a dog and a swine.
because the
is that
idioma-
okay?
people don't literally throw pearls at swine.
We don't
so
say, we
therefore,
didn't say
it's
literally.
an,
What does it mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's an
he's
idiomatic.
right. He's right.
But
But
we
this
know
one,
that
we're not-
the
we don't-
annulment
we don't
of
say
a prayer was literal, because those were the things that literally
Who are the
annuled the
dogs
prayer.
and swine in this? Who are
Yes,
the dogs and swine?
literally, the Prophet said.
Yes.
The Prophet said, if this happens,
Yeah.
right, that will annul your prayer, right? Okay,
Who are
that
the dogs
doesn't
and
mean
swine then?
he's saying donkeys and dogs and women are the same thing.
Exactly.
They're not. He's not saying that. You are seeing that in the
Yeah,
report
but you-
because you
No.
have been taught to do that.
No, because
this
I
is what you
said
want to do.
You're comparing us to dogs, but that's why I gave the second
Okay.
hadith, which shows that your prophet did say that thing as
Okay,
well.
okay. Now,
Paper boy,
now
who are
I
the
ask
dogs
you a
and swine
question.
here? Who are the
I ask
dogs
you a
and swine?
question now.
Yeah, the-
Are you going to do the justice
Yes.
to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
Yes.
The justice you do to Jesus.
But-
the way you just explained.
Yes,
It's
but the
it's
reason
an
why I
idiot.
brought out is, as I started, is the hypocrisy in the part.
He's saying
because
that you guys do it to us,
because
then I'm doing
what
it.
we see, especially
Oh, so
if we watch.
you do tit for tat.
No, he's saying don't do it and I won't do it.
The important thing is,
Because
even
it
if it's
started-
metaphoric,
Okay.
Adnan, even
Can
if
I?
it's metaphoric,
You just explained the words of Jesus away in a beautiful fashion. You said he was a prophet of God. He was using an idiom. Okay.
I said
okay.
Jesus wasn't a pacifist, and I said he used extreme.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Can you now apply the same standard to Muhammad?
Can I apply the same standard?
Yeah, to
but that's
Muhammad.
not an idiomatic expression.
It is.
That's injustice.
It is.
No, because I'm
It
saying
is.
no,
It
no.
is. Did he say women? Did he say women are like dogs? Yeah. Did he say women are like dogs? No.
He didn't say those.
Knowing his
specific
other
words.
teachings. Knowing his other teachings.
No, of course he didn't say those explicit
Thank you.
words.
Do we shake
But
hands
this
on
is
that?
how people
So now you
understood it.
accept.
Because this is the difference.
No, this is not how people
We can
understood
do
it.
like 2 minutes because you got to go. But my point would be this. For example, when
But
people
are you
bring
still
up this,
struggling to
the woman
accept my reasoning?
Because when people bring up the Samaritan woman, for example, she did not say anything back when Jesus was saying those things. So we say that they understood exactly. She agreed. But what I'm saying is, she didn't say you have compared us to whatever because
That's
they
because she was
understood the
desperate.
term at the time. But
She
we're
was desperate
seeing
that time.
evidence from
So
the
they were
hadith
used to- they were
where
used to
someone
do-
disagreed with that classification.
No,
so therefore,
I disagreed. Maybe just clarification.
but she said you have compared to the people that you have compared us to dogs.
So, Paperboy,
that's the
are you
question,
saying
that's the
that
question,
if you
though,
use an
that's the question,
idiom which includes derogatory terms like dogs and swine, it is
Even
okay?
cursing.
Is that okay to call someone a dog and a swine as an idiom?
Well, in terms of the one where she's called a dog,
No, I'm saying from
and if you
Jesus.
look at the
Yeah.
where it says don't curse,
Do you know we are told in the Quran?
crumbs to,
Do you know we are told in the Quran?
to call names.
No.
that
We are told in the Quran
Yeah.
that Jesus cursed disbelievers from Banu Israel. لُعِنَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا
in the Quran?
Yes, min Bani Israel,
Okay.
ala lisani Dawood wa Isa ibn Maryam. Okay, we have been told categorically in the Quran, we have no problem with these terms. If Jesus called Pharisees vipers,
Snakes and vipers,
adulterers, and hypocrites, we have no problem with that because he was calling people what they deserved. We have no issue with that. But you people do not do justice to our Prophet. You deliberately spin his reports, even the positive ones. You try to
people,
put a
that's a bit
negative.
racist.
No, you people. Not you people.
It's called prejudice.
I mean, sorry, not racist, but it's generalization. That's what I meant, not racist.
I'm generalizing on
yeah.
missionaries, yes.
Okay. That's a
Christian
bit
missionaries
generalizing.
generally do that.
Stereotyping.
the exceptions are exceptions.
Yeah.
But generally, Christian missionaries around the world, they deliberately lie about the prophet, even when there is something positive.
Like that was
Even when there's something positive, they turn it around and they make it negative.
Hey, but can I ask you a
We
question?
have one
Like,
candidate
we saw,
right here.
we saw an example.
Can I ask you a question?
Calling someone a dog is okay.
I've seen-
Idiomatically,
Ustad.
calling a woman in need when she's begging him to save her kid, to call her a dog is okay for you, right?
What?
He said, wasn't that woman
Yeah.
kneeling on her knees begging Jesus to
Did he-
save
did
the life of her daughter?
And he saved
Jesus
it.
says, I do
And
not
he saved
cast
it.
the bread of the children to the dogs.
And
Who are the dogs?
And he saved her daughter. Which is
Exactly.
the whole point of the
Okay, so
exercise.
saving someone after calling them a dog is okay.
But that's what I'm saying, because you're now
Bravo!
misapplying the understanding of that.
No, but I'm asking you, is it okay to call
Wait,
someone
yeah,
a dog?
We need to go. We need to go.
In any
Can we
sense,
clarify? Can we clarify?
there's a big
We have acknowledged that Jesus did use that language against disbelievers from Banu Israel.
We have no problem.
From the tribe of it. We have no problem with that. But someone who came,
Canaanite woman wasn't a Bani Israel.
Yeah, yes.
She wasn't a Bani Israel.
Someone who came to seek his help.
Yeah.
It's like you go to a hospital, to a doctor. The doctor tells you, you're a pig, you're a dog, but I'll treat you anyway. Come, I'll put a drip in you. Okay? So this doesn't make sense. This is why we believe that Jesus would not behave. There are certain
then how come you
Let
don't
me
apply
finish.
your Negro
Let me finish.
understanding to
Let me
that
finish. Let me
situation?
finish.
We're going
Let me
back and
finish.
forth.
We explained that
Let me
already.
finish.
We
Let me
explained
finish.
You're
Let me
flip-flopping.
finish.
No, we are not.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Where Jesus cursed Pharisees
Yes.
for the hypocrisy and for the double standards and for the lies, we accept that Jesus is the prophet of God and he can use that language. He has the authority to do so. But if a woman,
On her knees.
a poor woman came seeking his help, we believe prophetic manners and prophetic courtesy doesn't allow him to do that.
Human
Okay,
nature
that's
doesn't.
why we believe certain statements attributed to him in the New Testament are not his.
Lies.
And that's how we
They are
did.
lies attributed to him.
But
So
that's
we
what
are
I'm
very
saying.
consistent.
No,
Actually, not prophetic nature.
Okay, we're gonna have to go now. Thank you.
Adnan, not prophetic
Are you
nature,
here next
even
week?
human nature wouldn't allow that.
So anything
Human
positive?
nature.
Do you have anything positive? Do you have anything positive?
All I want to say
You're
is
finished.
people can
You're
see.
finished.
Look
You're
at
finished.
triggers, triggers, triggers.
Before
All I want to say,
I want to
people
finish
can
on a
see
positive
the
note.
double standards.
Okay.
Of
What double
the
standards?
application
What double
of the
standards?
understanding of the words
Okay.
people use.
Do you have-
Because now they have tried to explain away what their
Paper
prophet
boy.
said,
Paper
but
boy.
then they're still sticking on to Jesus
Paper
and
boy.
saying, even though he used
Did
idiomatic
Muhammad,
expressions,
did our prophet,
it's
Calling
Paper
a woman
boy.
a dog,
Paper boy.
idiomatic.
and,
Paper
and
boy.
so comparing a woman to a black dog who's
Okay.
shaitan.
He did not compare. That's
Yes,
a lie. He just explained it to you.
If you go to, for
you explain it
example,
to him?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
is what I'm
I'll tell everyone why.
It's triggered now. It's
Don't
triggered.
shout.
No,
Don't
no.
shout.
In the
Paper boy triggered.
1980s, if you went into a shop, it would say no dogs, no blacks, no Irish.
Yeah, but that's not Islam. That's not Islam.
That was
That is Christianity.
collective.
Okay.
And
That is
everyone
Christianity.
knew that was racist.
Okay.
So now,
Wait.
yes,
Wait.
because
What
you
about
can't.
Saudi Arabia?
Hold on, you're saying the shops would say no
Let him
black,
finish, let him finish.
no dogs,
Let him
no
finish.
Irish, and everyone understood
Okay.
that was racist.
Okay.
So therefore, if you're saying
Okay.
no,
I
women,
got the point.
dogs,
Socially,
and donkeys,
socially,
you're classifying them.
socially.
Nothing to do with
Okay,
religion,
socially. Today,
Yeah.
when we go to certain places, it says no kids allowed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Does
you
that
don't
mean?
go inside?
Wait.
You can't go
okay,
inside.
wait. Okay. Let's be serious. Let's get serious.
No.
Let's get serious. Let's
Leave
get
a
serious.
Hashim as
Okay,
well.
no dogs and kids allowed. No dogs and kids allowed. Okay. Does that
true,
mean?
that's true.
Does
Even
that?
today.
Does,
No.
wait. Does that mean?
No pets allowed.
Does that mean? Okay.
That means you're excluded
Okay.
as well.
So what's the social context of that particular
calling me a
statement? Wait, man, Hashim, I'm trying to get somewhere. Okay. Wait.
Yeah, you go.
You know,
Let me
they've
get
been
serious.
triggered. Seriously.
I'm not triggered.
You are. That's why you're calling me a
Wait,
dog.
Hashim, man. Okay.
Following
The
Jesus.
social context,
Following
the
Jesus.
social context, Hashim, please.
Okay, carry
The
on.
social context of that statement would be that there is some sensitive place
Yeah.
where they don't allow dogs and kids, not because they are racist against kids or they want to kill kids. The social context of the former statement you used, no dogs, blacks, and others allowed in a bus, for example, the social context of that is racism.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
the social context of what the Prophet was saying is neither of these situations. He is talking about, because otherwise, what is the status of women in Islam? What is the? You tell me. You tell me. Anything positive? Do you know anything good? Anything good? Let me now. This is a test for Paperboy and his objectivity on Islam. Is there anything good about women in Islam?
He's so nervous now.
Give me three things. Give me
so
three.
nervous.
He's gonna sweat now. He's gonna start sweating.
Already
What?
doing it.
You want
Okay.
three- you want
Three positive things in Islam about women. Only three.
Why do you want me to give 3?
Why not? Why not?
if there's
At
negatives?
least. Oh, no. I want positives. I know there are many negatives. You can see many negatives, but show me three positives. Give me 3 positives.
Yeah.
Number one.
Number one.
Number one. Now you see, this boy is lost.
I'm racking,
This
exactly,
boy
I'm
is
racking my
lost.
brains.
Okay.
I'm racking my
I can give you many,
Okay,
but
go
can you give me 3? This is to demonstrate to your Christian audience and our Muslim audience how difficult it is for some Christian missionaries to say anything positive about a prophet. They will rather. Okay. They will.
No, the reason why.
Okay.
Because I was gonna debate.
No.
Ali, my debate today, which never happened, was about
there
women in
anything
Islam.
positive?
and women
Is there
in
anything
Christianity.
positive?
Ali, help you.
Is there anything positive? Is there anything positive?
worry, next week we'll do
Is there anything positive? I want to get something positive out of him tonight.
What is
One.
So you know nothing. Zero. Wow.
Zero.
Zero.
I'm
The prophet never said anything positive about women.
Just only one.
One. Give me one.
He's quite.
I have to rack my brain.
Can you not
I have to go
interrupt
through
him?
the data
Can you not
banks.
interrupt?
There's lots of positive.
I have to think.
In the Bible.
I don't
Sorry?
know. In terms,
about Christian women then?
yeah.
Christian
You go
women,
first with-
Christian women
Yeah.
in Islam or
No, in
according to Christianity?
Christianity. Yeah.
Of course, of course, there are many. There are many.
Show us one.
There are many. For example, the
You see?
you want me to speak?
Yeah, I do, but I don't want you to stutter and think.
Men respect and love, man.
Paul talked about how important women are.
Quran, no
Okay,
Paul.
Paul, because Christianity, you asked me about Christianity, right? Paul talked about how men are equal in the sight of God.
He said they have to submit and be silent.
No, that's a different matter. I'm
also
talking about
Paul said.
positive.
Paul also said
Positive.
that.
The lady asked me about positives, right? So there are many other passages in the Old Testament. There are very negative passages also. The
Submit to the
Bible,
husband.
the Bible is full of negative information
Talk
on.
about the positive.
Yeah, that's
I
what he
just
said.
gave you positive. I just gave you positive. Right?
Yeah, give us a specific, because you wanted
Okay.
me to give a specific. So when I was thinking, he was like, so then you give a specific positive
Okay. Children submit to parents.
about women.
About parents are women or not? Do you
Parents,
have a
no.
Do you have a mother?
No, women
Do you have a mother?
specifically.
Okay.
Stick to women, yeah.
So the last bit.
So this is negative.
Yeah, I
They
know,
want-
but
they want positive.
the same one talks about positive as well. So
Okay.
open Ephesians 5:20.
Okay, what is it?
5:22.
Let me read. Wives, submit to your husbands as to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body of which he is the Savior. Now, as
But
the church
Muslims use
submits
that
to
against
Christ,
Christians and say this
as
is very bad.
so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything.
The next
Okay?
verse reads something positive. Let me bring that up.
Okay, bring that
Ephesians
up. Okay,
5:20.
so we have many positives. Okay, it's not that we are not bigots. We don't hate Christians. We don't want Christians to think that we hate them. And none of our rhetoric.
can't hate
You can't point to anything in our teachings, in our lectures, in our public speeches where we are saying Christians are this, Christians are this, Christians are this.